Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Coins Reaction Zone and episode 1 of the One Piece live action. I've been waiting 3 years for this show since it's been announced and I'm so flippin' excited for this show. I literally just got back from helping my brother move down near closer to we are, so now he's only an hour away from us, which is super awesome. But yeah, just got back, took my shower, and now I'm ready to react. I'm so excited. Getting into the show immediately, a little bit of backstory on my history with One Piece. When I first started watching anime in 2013, one of my friends, John, got me into just anime in general sophomore year of high school, which was for me in 2013. And my first ever series was Fairy Tail, which ended up being my favorite of all time. Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, and then One Piece was my fourth. Fairy Tail is my first favorite show, and then One Piece is my second favorite show of all time. Sword Art Online I kind of got off, and then Attack on Titan I kind of lost interest in as well. But those are my two favorite shows, and One Piece is one of my favorite just because it's such a long history. The original anime released on like October 30th, 1997. The manga's been around for a year before that. It's just such a rich history of show. I am also, just because I don't care, I'm going to react to the entire show as like my 12th rewatch, because I've rewatched the show 11 other times. Every time a new arc finishes in the anime, since the pacing's so bad, I read the manga. As you can see, I have up to the most recent manga. It's down there, so you can't really see the covers very well, but I collect them as I go. I do have the first 3 collection boxes. They were very hard to find. They only made like 300 of these or something like that, so these were very tough to find, and they don't really sell these anymore. So I found these, then carried the rest of the anime for that. I don't even have a computer that can take discs anymore because I upgraded my computer last time and got a new case for it, so it's completely worthless having that. But I still have all those DVDs, all those collections, and then this box set, just has it has all these episodes. So this is 5 through 8 of the anime, so it has all those episodes and then little booklets and things. I have a bunch of collectibles of the show. Like I have the Color Walk Compendium books from until Paramount War. I just have a bunch of collectibles and things. I have the pirate ships as well. Let me bring down my pirate ship. Here's the Thousand Sunny that I have. Can't really put this in the background. It's on my bookshelf above my head whenever I go to bed. Then I have the Moby Dick, and then the small version of the Going Merry, which is going to be in this show. And I have Garp Ship, which I'm blanking on. Then I have a Transformer version of Chopper that turns into a giant form. It's 5 different versions of Chopper that becomes that. So similar to the ships, you take him apart and it becomes him. And then in the background, you can see all my One Piece figures. I don't really collect villains, so the only villains I like are really like the form ones, just because I'm a weirdo. I have 2 of Zoro's swords, and these are like legitimately sharp. I got these for my birthday from my sister and her husband. So these are legit. This is the first one I got. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but this is a real sword. Like, it's not one of those plastic ones. Like, it's legit sharp. This is the one we got most recently, which was the pink kind of rose petal one, and this one is also legit sharp. So been collecting for a while. And one of the most recent things I bought was this. The painting. Still haven't hung it up yet, but painting that. Then I have one of Zoro, that painting. You can see I'm about to watch the show in the corner. It's funny. And then I have the collectible yen gold cards. Camera's over here. These collectible ones, and then also the certification card, the certificate that it's the 1 of 1,000 banknotes, golden banknotes. I have all these guys. So I have a lot of collectible stuff, and I'm just really excited. Sorry for being so jittery. In the live action format, it's basically like watching an entire new show of starting One Piece all over again, like I did in 2013. Since I've started it since the beginning, and like I said, my 11 previous rewatches are, with the pacing being so horrible in the anime, like sometimes like only like 6 pages at a time, like in Dressrosa was especially horrible. I go back when it catches up to the anime, like for example when Wano is getting close to finishes, that's why I'm doing my rewatch. Then I go back, since I'm caught up, I'm all the way in the newest arc in One Piece. Then I'll go back and rewatch from the first episode all the way forward and just do that all over again. And on my 12th rewatch, I wanted to react to it on the channel, just for fun and see if there's anything I missed, because I noticed that as I was writing stuff down, like in Scooby-Doo and other shows, I noticed a lot of things more, since I'm actually trying to analyze it and not just watch it for fun. And also I can edit it down, do like 3 episodes at a time, since I know how the pacing is, so I can control it how I like, like Skypiea Part 1, basically. I literally spent 9 minutes just running around my room. shouldn't have done that. A lot of fairy tale stuff, a lot of One Piece stuff. I've really battened down my collection, and whenever my brother was living up there, he had like a store that I sold a lot of my manga at of stuff I didn't want. So I kept pretty much just fairy tale, One Piece, and a few like romantic comedy shows and like One Punch Man and things like that. The pictures, seeing the ships in Cape Town, Africa, whenever they did them originally during the production, like looking at the casting list of everything, like Makinyu, who's Zoro. He's a very popular Japanese actor that I really like because he's been in a lot of other Japanese shows that have been really well done, like Rurouni Kenshin, he's been in, and then a few other things. Like he's a legit sword fighter, so I'm really happy for him for Zoro. Emily Rudd, who plays Nami, she was in like the second Fear Street movie, that horror movie on Netflix that I think I really liked her and she was a good actor. Sanji and Usopp I'm less familiar with, so I'm not really going to comment on them, but I'm still really excited for how they go because I feel like they picked really good actors that looked the part whenever they got in their makeup and stuff like that. And then Inukai, phonetically how I'm seeing it is that's how I'm pronouncing his name. He's one I'm less familiar with, but he was in a show that my parents were watching whenever I was visiting them, and he was pretty good at acting, but he was more in a drama role, so I'm curious to see how he will do in a comedy, like action comedy. So I'm really so it released on August 31st, which is today when I'm reacting to it. So by the time it releases, it'll probably be September morning. Oda has full on like stamp of approval this one, like similar to whenever he works on the One Piece movies, like Film Red and Film Gold. He worked on those ones like with the producer, so those ones like so even if they're inserting a backstory like with Shanks or with another character, he they help put that and make it make sense, even if it's non-canon, which I really like. But people do say that since he worked on it himself, that it technically is canon. But it's whatever he's feeling, I guess. You know, if he doesn't want that to be a real thing, then it's not really. So I'm really interested to see this, especially since Oda helped him out because historically, as I'm sure all anime fans know, live action series have not been very well received and have been very over reliant on CGI that looks really fake. A lot of shows that are popular that they want to animate, like for example, the one that comes to mind is Death Note. There's that Attack on Titan one that was on the Japanese production side, but it was still really shoddy at best. And there was two parts of that movie that I watched whenever it released originally, and that one was very confusing and just I already was weighing off Attack on Titan, and that just was even worse than the real show that I kind of just slowly dipped off of. But you know, there's Death Note. The only good live action for me personally that I feel like they got the kind of style of would be Psyche K, the psychic guy with the antenna. If you guys know him, I feel like that live action show is pretty funny. And then Mob Psycho, I feel like they really lost the kind of flavor of what made Mob. I feel like the original Japanese actor was too like I guess emotional. Like Mob was supposed to be very straight laced, and then that's when he goes, and that's how he progresses across the 3 seasons of the anime. And so there's just been a lot of failures. So I'm really excited to see where that goes, especially with a live action series like One Piece that, you know, has 1,000 episodes, 1,000 chapters of manga, constant characters. What I'm most worried about is Arlong because the fishman in the trailer looks kind of, I don't know, like not very good. I was more expecting like something like kind of, I don't know, like darker, like Pirates of the Caribbean fisherman. I feel like would have been a really good shout. Like the hammerhead shark that's on Davy Jones's crew. I think he's his second in command. I feel like that would have been like a good kind of style for Arlong and just the fisherman in general. Just because in the trailer for now, it looks very kind of like obvious and kind of weird. So I'm interested to see like how the fights will look. And like Hachan, he's an 8 octopus guy. I'm curious how that'll go. I'm just spoiling it all the time. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So yeah, this is episode 1, Romance Dawn. It's October 31st. We have Inukai Godoy as Monkey D. Luffy. We have Makinyu as Roronoa Zoro. Emily Rudd as Nami. Jacob Romero Gibson as Usopp. Taz Skylar as Sanji. Vincent Reagan as Monkey D. Garp, which I'm really excited about. I love Garp. They better make a good Garp. Then Morgan Davies as Kobe. And then Peter Gadio as Red-Haired Shanks. Ilya as Raleigh Polino as Elvita. Aiden Scott as Helmeppo. Langley Kirkwood as Oxhand Morgan. I'm curious how they're going to do his chin. Jeff Ward as Buggy the Clown. And I'm really excited for this one. I love Buggy in the One Piece show. He basically failing upwards, man. He's great. And Jeff Ward is one of my favorite actors, especially because he played Deke Shot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And, you know, he started off as a lovable misfit. Then he became like a hardened, awesome guy. So I'm really excited to see how Buggy goes with that as well, especially like the interactions that he has with later characters down the line when in other arcs, which if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, then something else I thought was cool. Ian McShane is going to voice the narrator, which is really cool because Ian McShane is pretty popular. Like he's been in a lot of shows like Hot Rod, Kung Fu Panda, Pirates of the Caribbean as Blackbeard for one, and he was also in like a couple bits of Game of Thrones, of course, in John Wick. So they got a pretty big actor for the narrator because the narrator has been around for 1,000 episodes in this show. He only says like a few lines here and there, but it just kind of brings the world together of like wealth, fame, power. It's like that kind of style. So I'm pumped. And also, I'm looking at the wiki right now. I'm not going to look at any spoilers of like how it goes, but apparently it's been received mostly positive from critics who praise the performance, story, visual effects, and faithfulness to the source material. So if critics already like it, I'm very excited for fans. Hopefully we'll like it too. But it was filmed mostly in South Africa. You know, of course, it was based on Oda. So let's just do it. So I gotta calm my heart. Oh, that's your machine. Oh, East Blue. Oh, Logtown already.
And throughout these seas are those who live according to their own rules, freedom and adventure.
That looks great. Obviously CGI, but it looks great. They're like paper boats. I like the look of the Marine base already. 22 years ago, okay.
But the Marines, on behalf of your world government, strive to keep you safe and protected.
So Scottish?
Today,
I honestly don't know.
the so-called king
Oh,
of
the One Punch looks great.
has been captured. Let this be a message
So,
to break the
so
spirit
awesome.
of anyone foolish enough to follow in his footsteps.
I'm really excited how they do the double fruits and stuff.
You have
Okay,
been
so
sentenced to death.
Garp is gonna be like Scottish
Crimes
style.
of piracy,
I assume it is.
thievery. Have any last words?
Yeah. You take these off. Starting to itch.
Nice. They got his comedy already.
I warned you. This upon yourself. That I did, Vice Admiral. Now I'm bringing it to one and all.
I love their rapport already because you know how they deal with each other down the
I
line.
declare your life. Forfeit.
Oh, nice. They're already showing up the flashbacks of like Mihawk being at his execution.
I'll tell you.
So awesome. I'm getting goosebumps already.
Fame, power.
Shanks.
I found everything this world has to offer.
Verbatim.
Free yourselves. Take to the seas. My treasure is yours to find.
That's awesome. I love it. Oh, and they actually had blood on the swords. That's sweet. Oh, I'm seeing all those characters that ran by. I saw him too. I believe that was. It was a green shirt with blonde hair. So I think that's
the world forever was born. The great pirate era. Setting off a race across the seas to find the pirate kings.
My heart's beating so hard.
The One Piece.
Oh yes. Dude. I'm also sleep deprived, so I'm extra excited.
Shanks would tell me stories about pirates and their adventures. So yeah, the sea's been calling. Well, not exactly calling because I pretty much can't swim.
Yeah.
You get the idea. I'm setting out to follow my dream.
Is he doing a four?
Find the One Piece.
Is he talking to us?
And become king of the pirates!
Oh, he is. Okay.
It's a loyal crew. You think about 10 men should do?
Yep. The Tin Men thing.
And the bird. Look at the sea. The ocean is...
I love that they use the newspaper bird that they always show that drops the wanted posters. I'm gonna be so excited to see all the little Easter eggs and details. Like already having Shanks and Mihawk already at the execution because it's later down the line. Oh no, I think that blonde-haired kid was Smoker, from what I can recall. Because I think Smoker was blonde before his hair turned white. Oh, already starting with the peril. That's awesome because the manga switched in the anime. So chapter 2 of the manga was actually episode 1 in the anime. So they're starting anime style. So that's sweet. So they're following closer to the anime. Alvida, our first pirate battle. Oh, that looks great. I love that. Those are legit. Yeah. Yeah, I know they try to build all the boats legit. Okay, she's good, Alvida. Yeah, 5 million bellies. Okay, I like that Alvida. She looks great.
Where is the pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro? Don't deny he was on your ship.
See? It's R.
He booked passage to Six's Island.
After that, I don't know.
Liar. I know Zoro must be after me. Who else is worthy of his pursuit?
Kobe.
He had a list.
Kobe looks great.
Their bounties.
And of course I was at the top.
Actually, your name wasn't on it.
Oof. Oh. Oh shoot.
Kobe, clean up this mess.
Full on. Okay. Just we're straight up killing people. Oh, showing the blood and everything. Okay. We're going for this. Nice. Okay, I'm down with this because they kind of like shy away from the blood in the anime, but for a Netflix show, it definitely makes sense. Ooh, if they do the Young thing, then I'm gonna be officially on board. Oh, they didn't do the yawn. That's annoying. I still think he has the perfect muscle definition though for Luffy. Of like, it's not really that strong, but it's definitely there. Oh, okay. So they're mixing episode chapter 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah. Well, it is an hour show. Yeah, because the first one's Romance Down, so I assume we're probably gonna go all the way until we meet Zoro. Yeah, Shanks' crew. Oh, there he is! The first guy ever in the entire show that's killed a character in the One Piece. Chapter 1, baby, was by him.
How you been, kid?
I'm not an
Is that Yasa?
I'm a pirate.
Oh, nice. The Yasa looks great.
I'm ready to join your crew.
Let's get this done.
And also with the way they're doing it, since it's an hour-long show, they're giving more kind of feelings and everything for all the characters.
I'm not afraid of getting hurt. And I'll prove it to you.
Oh gosh, I remember this part. Yep, that's where he get his scar. In the anime, he like shoves it and kind of like goes like that on his mouth, and kind of pushes it apart. But
Loyal crew by your side. You never know what's in the horizon.
I never really picked any of the characters as British, but that's the kind of era. It has mentioned in Skypiea that it took place in like 1560, but it's like golden age of like piracy and all that was like the 1500s to like the 1700s, so kind of the same style, but it just never really pegged like most of them for British. Like Garp is Scottish and everybody else is British but Luffy. I guess it does make sense because usually like most pirates and stuff in TV shows and movies are all usually some kind of accented.
I'm Monkey D. Luffy.
Never heard of you.
Well, remember the name. Because I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Around here, boy. Because who is the most powerful pirate on the seas? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Kobe. Answer me, you sniveling runt.
He doesn't have to.
Oh, they're already starting the Alvito fight. Okay, they're going through it quick then.
No, he's not.
I'm cool. And you're as dumb as a sea cow. No, Captain Alvida, I didn't.
Okay, got some good weight on the club. Okay, here we go. First fight already. We're gonna take down Alvida already. Nice. That was pretty smooth. Okay, that looked pretty good. The gum gun, rubber fruit going through.
What kind of a monster are you?
This treasure kind.
Okay, that was a pretty smooth line. Okay, I like this. Pretty well shot, especially since, you know, it's a night sky, but you can still see everything. I really hate that in shows whenever they hide the fight scenes. You just gotta hope that that it's as smooth as in the anime, the fights. There we go. That was actually pretty smooth. Nice. They knocked down the first 2 episodes into the first 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
You with me?
I feel like that kind of evened out. They did the first part of the flashback, not the second part, and then the first 2 episodes of meeting Alvida and stuff like that into one. So that's not bad.
You've been following me for 3 days.
I was expecting his voice to be deeper, to be honest.
You
But
may call me Mr. Civet.
I kind of like it.
An organization known as
Oh.
Works.
Oh, they're actually showing it. This battle took place off screen before in one of the chapters.
Band of assassins.
We are.
Yeah, Mercer 7 from Baroque Works.
You should know it's a high honor to be asked to join our ranks.
Kinda got my own thing going on.
Mr. 7 looks great. I'm really excited to see Miss Monday and all of them whenever they show up.
More feared. The road works is to forfeit your life.
Oh, I'm excited to see. I know he's a real sword fighter, so I'm really pumped for him. How he's gonna do the 3-sword style, or if he's gonna even bother in this first fight. He looks great though with like his green hair and his earring. Fantastic. Oh yeah, fantastic. Holy! Oh, that's what we get with the live action. We actually see the blood in the choppy chop. Because Zoro always hits people, and they never really bleed. Only Zoro bleeds. So that's freaking fantastic. I love that so much. That's gonna change with the live action. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, I have mine right there. Oh, here we go. The bounty captain. Oh, nice. Yeah, she looks great too. Okay, so they actually went into like an open, like a closed bar, but in this one, it's like kind of like an open facing style. Yep. They're really playing all the hits. I remember this part exactly of how that kind of thing goes. Really awesome. They're definitely keeping it pretty the same so far. Haven't seen any real deviations, like any crazy ones, I mean. I think one of the ones I'm most excited about is Nami. I think Emily Red is pretty good. Okay, looks like all the pirates are British. Okay. Gotcha. Empty, baby. Boom. You were stolen. Fantastic. I love it. Kind of not going with the kind of the regular Nami garb. Yeah, I remember that saying in the trailers and stuff that they kind of just go briefly through a bunch of different covers of the different volumes of the manga, pick their outfit. So it's going to be kind of a bit of a mismatch. Shellstown looks great. Oh, there he is, Axan Morgan. Oh, Bellamy, Foxy, Buggy. That's great. Yeah, this was in the trailer. That's when I noticed all the pirate characters. All the guys we're gonna see later down the line. Yeah, there's Cavendish in the corner right there. Oh, here we go, Zoro. Okay, so they're already starting with Zoro not in prison yet. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, because they started off with the Mr. 7 fight, so they kind of have to show the other part of the story.
Can I buy you a drink?
Whoa, and Nami's here too? Okay, interesting.
You like rum?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next guy?
Rice balls. For you.
You made them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's the brown stuff?
Chocolate. Makes everything taste better.
Oh, I remember this now.
You stupid, stupid girl.
Ooh, that's a great Helmeppo.
You dropped my food.
Okay, so they're kind of mixing and mashing them since Luffy mashed it up and gave it to him last time. So they're doing it a bit differently. Okay, I like it though. Since they wanted to show the Mr. 7 fight and they wanted to show an action scene of Zoro fighting, that makes sense. I like that.
Come on, tough guy. 3 swords.
That's a great Helmeppo though. I love him. He's just the right kind of crazy, and the right kind of like you can tell in his voice. Bit of the daddy's guy. And I also like that they are not shown, a dog death or anything like that. That might be why they also changed the scene. Since in the original anime it was like that.
The demon.
Okay, I like this. It gives more interactions between all the characters. I really like that.
I'd say you live up to your
I think it's a nice change.
If it's all the same, I'll just take my money and go.
You'll collect your bounty. But the penalty for assaulting a marine is 7 days, strung up.
Okay, here we go.
No food or water.
Yep, so now they're showing that part. Okay.
Your rat will be the first one I kill.
Hey, don't speak to me that way.
Okay, I like how they're doing this. They're giving more of a being able to stretch it out a bit, make more sense instead of just immediately happening and then showing the backstory afterwards. I like that.
What's it gonna be? Korea? God.
7 days.
Such a badass.
I can catch up on my sleep.
All right, I'm gonna end it right there, just because I want to split into 2 parts. But I'm really happy with what we have so far. The little changes that they made that I've noticed so far, like the bars are different. They're not kind of like closed-in bars like regular houses. They're kind of like open style, which I kind of like makes it more free. The anime immediately start and then go back to the flashback like a chapter, an episode later. They immediately went for the beginning part of it and then made slight changes to go all the way through. Like Nami's actually showing up there and not on the ship in the first episode, the one that's attacked by Alvida's crew, and then that's when she leaves and then does the buggy swapperoo. The Alvida fight took the whole first episode in the main anime. Really batting that one down. And the Kobe interaction was less this time than in the anime of less of they did like the follow your dream and like the big speech on the boat already, but they did that on Alvida's ship beforehand, and that's when she's like, "You're fat, you're ugly," and all that. But they didn't. They kind of lessened that down a bit more and just said she's cruel and stuff like that. So it didn't really talk about her body or anything like that, which I like that too. Makes it more clean, but also actually having blood in the One Piece show is crazy, but I love it so much. I wanted something like that because in the show, Luffy and Zoro and Sanji and Usopp, Nami as well, all the other characters as we go on, they've killed hella people, and they never really show it. They kind of got away with it later on the line with a character named Law, and slicing people because that's his power, and it doesn't really affect him. But I know that there's constantly people that are destroyed. The only real blood we see is on the main characters, but they're fine after that. But overall, it's just actually seeing Mr. Seven getting cut in half, fantastic. Those sword fights already are pretty great. I kind of was half and half on Indicate Godoy as Luffy just because of what I've seen him in, but he definitely pulled it out, especially whenever he was doing his main Kobe speech. I feel like he's not as energetic as Luffy, really. He has the mannerisms down, but I think the voice needs to be just one octave higher. I feel like that'd be pretty good Luffy. So for now, not really hitting me at the highest level, but I think Zoro is really great. I was really honest. I was expecting a deeper voice because it's based off the anime. I was expecting something like that. But so far, it's pretty well done. Nami is pretty great. She definitely has those same kind of tendencies as beforehand. Yeah, so she immediately went to rob a Marine and then went from pirates to Marines, so that makes sense for her character. Kind of strange that she immediately showed up at the bar, but those little changes that they did, like in the original anime, Zoro killed Helmeppo's pet dog because it was terrorizing and breaking all the stuff in the bar, and then it attacked Rika. It cut away, but basically Zoro sliced the dog, and he's like, he hurt my pet, blah, 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 and that's when he got hung up. I'm really, really pumped to see what happens in the latter part of the episode, so.
Amazing. And what's with the third sword?
Yeah, to protect that little girl from the Marines. Who was supposed to be protecting her. Doesn't make any sense.
If there are good pirates and bad pirates, then there are going to be good Marines and bad Marines too.
Also, I didn't mention in the first part, but the pink hair I think is really well done. It's like the right shade of pink based off the anime and manga.
Of course not.
Morning, isn't it?
Oh, he even walks like Helmeppo. That's fantastic.
The pirate hunter.
Well, I'm Monkey D. Luffy, and I will be the king of the pirates. And I think you should join my crew.
Fantastic. Just like the show.
What makes you think I'd want to play pirates with you?
You're a great fighter. I said that together we'd make a pretty good team.
Yes.
Time for a living. Pirate. Hunter.
You keep saying that. But is that all you are?
I made a promise to someone a long time ago. To become the world's greatest swordsman.
Boom. I love it.
Impressive.
I'm not gonna join your crew.
Okay.
I mean it.
Oh, so they're doing the untying scene super early?
It's a waste of time for you to be hanging out here. There's something you want out there.
Okay, they're pushing for it. Okay, Nami's already in the map room. Okay. So they skipped probably about, I don't know, 3 chapters. Okay, nice. Nami's already, okay, cool. I was wondering if they were going to make her a fighter, a good fighter already. Yeah, that makes sense. Sweet.
Are those his keys?
Do that. I'm a thief.
No, you're really good at thieving.
And a good talker too. Think about joining my pirate crew. I hate pirates. Hate them.
That's because you don't know me yet.
Okay, here we go. Our first real fight. Oh, kind of like Iron Man style music, like Avengers music. I like it though. Good fight. And they're fighting similar to the anime. Okay, nice. And there are not too many cuts or anything. I like this. Okay. Yeah, because the anime is very smooth and stuff on the action scenes and stuff. So I'm glad they're not really doing many cuts. Fantastic. Already setting the 3 up.
You're a crew.
Nope, not a crew.
Together.
Owen, I alone defeated the Black Cat pirates. I alone captured Kuro of the Thousand Planets. And I alone keep Shellstown safe from...
Nice. Already mentioning other characters that are going to show up later. That's how it was in the anime, but they kind of just glossed over that fact. So excited for this fight.
You go low.
I like how they're immediately fine with teaming up too. Oh, here we go. Is this gonna be the first version of three-handed? Yes, because he's putting on his bandana. Okay, I'm excited to see how Mackenyu does this part.
So that's where it goes.
I wonder if they'll actually end up like trying to use it that way or not. I love her stab. It's perfect, just like the anime. Oh, that was like in the trailer of like how it starts off of Zoro not calling out his moves. So I guess they're changing it from the anime. But that's also because they don't mention that, but then he calls out anyways during the Mihawk fight. Okay, so they're gonna they went for the Helmeppo hair by having Zoro cut it. I like that. I like that idea.
It also felt really good too.
Yeah, in the anime, Kobe's the one that Zoro's about to be executed, and Kobe stands in front
Every choice was made for me.
and says, "Screw you, I'd rather die." And that's when Luffy steps in and gets all the bullets inside him and pops them out around everywhere. So they changed that part too.
Next time we meet, we might be enemies.
For now, we're friends.
Okay, then changing up too, because in the anime as well, Kobe, the Marines that were scared of Axe-Hand Morgan, went into the bar that Luffy and them were staying at after they saved Rika, and the mom treated them, and then those pirates that were scared of him came in. Those pirates basically said, "Are you a part of the crew? Like, are you part of the bad guys?" So they would have let them escape, and then Luffy punched Kobe and basically stopped him and said no, and that's how Kobe joined the Marines on that guy's ship.
Captain, just like us. And they got the map.
Oh, okay. It just Kabaji looks pretty good.
Couldn't, I mean, there were 3 of them.
Very immediately sent him to the second episode. Jeff Ward, baby, love him. So excited. I love Jeff Ward. He's a fantastic buggy already. Alright, so that was the end of episode 1. So they're already setting up a second season, which I really hope they do. It does have good reviews so far. It's just the budget's probably pretty atrocious, I bet. It currently has an 81% out of 32 reviews, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I think Romain-san did good, especially all the changes they made. Like, the bar scene is slightly different. Like I said, the Axe-Hand Morgan kind of storyline is kind of different. And then the Zoro not really calling out his moves is different. And then how Kobe left the crew is also different. The first episode, there's already 5 differences, but I feel like it does help in the positiveness of the show of, like, boosting out a bit of Shanks' backstory instead of him just running away. Like, they kind of spread out the backstory between the episodes, because episode 2 looks like it's already starting with more backstory. And then the way that they ended of like cliffhangers, like in a Netflix show, is pretty awesome too. So I feel like it's shooting the overall vibe of the show pretty well. So I'm very happy with that. And I feel like it's going pretty quick. Like it's definitely pretty easy to digest. I'm just enjoying it. I'm definitely going to watch the second episode. Then I'll edit them together and probably try to release the 2 episodes back to back, and basically maybe 2 a day maybe. But family's coming over, so probably going to be too busy to do that. So I'll probably only have time to do it at night times and things. I'm really excited to get into the next episode. I think I'm just going to leave this here since I did spend 30 minutes just running around my room doing stuff. So far, I think I would probably rate this one a full-on, a 10 out of 10 for the first episode. It was enjoyable. I love Emily Rudd Nami. I feel like she has that kind of same sass, awesomeness that Nami regularly does. Luffy, I wasn't sure about Inoki Godoy, like I said, just because of what I've seen him in previously, but I feel like he suits that character well. For me personally, I feel like Luffy's slightly more energetic, maybe an octave higher, or I don't know, just kind of movie, I guess you could say. Zoro, I was expecting kind of a deeper more voice, but I feel like the personality really fits him, and Makino is already an expert sword fighter, so I feel like that really suits him well. And then the mouse sword did exactly how I thought. And then the little touches and the little Easter eggs are fun to see, Bellamy, Foxy, all characters that we're not going to see for 6 more seasons essentially in other sagas. The Helmeppo cut of how they did it, that Helmeppo was pretty good back of starting him off with long hair and then chopping it up here to make it exactly like in the anime. Even though it's the other way around in the actual show, he gets longer hair in the anime afterwards. So it's nice to see that kind of stuff. And especially, if they ever do it down the line, they kind of ruin Helmeppo's story because he's supposed to turn good after being defeated, but he was already, got his hair chopped off by Zoro, so it's kind of flipped it on its head a bit. So if they ever do more seasons of, do the whole show eventually, then they're probably never going to do that Helmeppo Kobe storyline, probably just Kobe by himself, based off how they ended it. I feel like Kobe was a good, character, but they pretty much, because he's only around for 2 episodes in the anime and a couple, and like 4 chapters in the manga, they pretty much just brushed him aside immediately. Like, they didn't show how oppressed the Marines were by X-Hand Morgan, and they didn't show Luffy punching Kobe out of love, so he'll be recruited by the Marines by basically crossing out their partnership, so the Marines would take him and pick him up and train him, and that's when Garp shows up to Shell's town and picks up Kobe. They're probably still going to show Garp picking up Kobe, but just in the show, it's a lot cleaner. Like, it actually shows how good a guy Luffy is, but like, no, he's not a part of our crew. It's Kobe to actually fight him and like man up a bit, and so that's a big change they made. Actually, I am probably gonna try to edit down as much as possible to like 10 to 15 minutes of content for the actual reaction episode, because there's like 6 minutes of credits, and then there's a lot of like establishing shots of like scenes and things. Like, should be a relatively easy edit now that I'm actually watching the show, because I was worried about it just constantly being fighting and stuff like that, but they kind of spaced it out so far for the first episode. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for me for the first one. I'm really excited to go right into the second one. Let's see where we go from here. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day.